Would you like to learn about a cryptocurrency that you can buy today on exchanges right now that may have 100x potential? If so, you are going to love this video. My name is the Suppoman, your superhero of cryptocurrency, and I find you the 100x gems. If you love content like this on a day-to-day basis, make sure you smash a like on this video. You hit the subscribe button to join Team Suppo. A lot of you are not subscribed, so if you subscribe, make sure that you say to me, I am new and have subscribed, and I will respond to you, and hit the bell notification because timing is literally everything. So since the last video, the Bitcoin price has shot up. It did go to the early 40,000s, but from that point, it then shot up as the US dollar did a reversal. So the US dollar was pivotal to Bitcoin going down in value as well as the global stock markets. But since the US dollar has done a U-turn, actually if we have a look, the Standard & Poor's is still down, the Dow Jones is still down, the Nasdaq is down. However, stores of value like gold and Bitcoin have started to shoot up, showing that there is a universal acceptance that Bitcoin is a appreciating asset by the financial elite. Because this has led to the prices going up. Now fear has gone from extreme fear now back into fear. Now, is there still a period of uncertainty? Yes, because the U-turn could reverse on the dollar at any point. Or Bitcoin could keep going up if the dollar goes back to remaining stable. So we're still in a period of uncertainty, but my personal recommendation always is to dollar cost average when you see that prices are looking very favorable for the cryptocurrencies you like. Now, something that is worth considering is that ETFs are probably going to form part of the bull run, whether that be what makes it explode or what makes it crash. So, the SEC has delayed decision on 4 Bitcoin ETFs, and the review of applications has been extended by 45 to 60 days. This now means that the deadlines for these applications are now November the 21st, December the 8th, December the 11th, and December the 24th. Now, if we cast our minds back to 2017, this was an exact replica. Basically, the opening of Bitcoin futures on the CBOE exchange, or CME exchange, is what led to Bitcoin shooting up to 20k. On the day it actually launched was the day everything crashed. Okay, so news of it exploded the price. Now, these ETFs, should they have favorable decisions on these particular dates, like basically it's almost a week to 2 weeks after each other. Now, this could cause a snowball effect. If each of them was actually accepted, then there could be yes, and the price could go from 80 to 100 to 120, or it could go from 80 to 120 to 200. You don't know what could happen. And then, should the ETF actually start, could be the end of the bull market. Who knows? So, this Bitcoin ETF could be a leading narrative. It may not be the be-all and end-all narrative, but it's something to consider. If you have been watching the Suppoman's videos, I called another 100x. So, Gamezone is a cryptocurrency that I have bought you on 2 occasions. This was a cryptocurrency launched on all Bluezilla launchpads, and this came out to 142x, which essentially would mean that $300 invested in this has essentially turned into $42,000, which is absolutely insane and fantastic. Now, I would say that the best allocation actually came from Adapad. So, Gamezone, very soon after they launched, did open out their website. And with that website, they were showing really what is the utility of having the Gamezone tokens. So really, it's having access to play-to-earn gaming, free airdrops, new games, NFT offerings, but also access to their launchpad. Okay, so the IGOs are the initial game offerings with upgraded allocation and access to the first come first serve round and early access to new Gamezone features. That is if you have the highest tier, 70,000, which at the time of recording is basically around about $35,000. So that's huge. However, for $10,000, you can also get an allocation to the standard allocation for initial gaming offerings. So this is what, as with all Bluezilla launchpads, they launch utility very soon after the actual token launch. So although this came out and went out to 70 cents at absolute best, this did actually halve in value, thus coming down to still a 70x, but then shot back up to over 100x. This is now over 100x still the price. So the next one that's coming out is Astroswap, and I imagine Astroswap is going to do even better. If you have been watching the Suppoman, again, I brought you a game the other week called Three Kingdoms. Now, I am going to be doing a Team Suppo specific giveaway. So, it's the TSGs, people. Team Suppo giveaway. It's the beginning. I'm hoping this is the beginning of more giveaways. But for this one specifically, I am going to be giving away 12 of these cards, these Three Kingdoms characters cards. They all are worth 2 stars. So who wants to be part of the TTK giveaway? Well, if you do want one of these cards, essentially they cost half a Binance coin. Okay, so there are 12 character cards that I'm going to be giving away. So 12 slots. So this is going to be for characters from the Three Kingdoms. So Wei, Shu, and Wu. All right. Now, as I say, normally it's worth half a BNB. So this is going to be cards that would be given away in the raffle, but you would have to pay for a raffle, and that would be half a Binance coin. So instead of paying, essentially, I am going to be giving away 12 of these cards. So how do you get involved? The way to get involved is to follow the Three Kingdoms on Twitter, Telegram, and Discord channels. And also make sure that you follow the Suppoman. Watching is not merely enough. I am going to be looking at the people who have subscribed. So make sure that you subscribe, you follow here on Twitter, and following in the Masterminds group. So when you get into the Masterminds group, send a message to Patrick, who's my awesome administrator, showing him the screenshots you've done everything you need to do, and also let him know from what kingdom you want a character from. So now, on to the cryptocurrency that you can buy right now. I am going to be fully analysing this cryptocurrency. So before I get into it, I'm not a financial advisor, and all cryptocurrency investments are risky. Do not copy my portfolio. If I say I'm going to invest, don't just invest because of that reason. Do your research and use me as a basis for that research. And all views and predictions expressed here are for personal opinion and for educational purposes. So, what is this cryptocurrency, I hear you say? So this cryptocurrency is called Metis DAO. So what is Metis and why should you consider adding it to your portfolio? What is special about Metis? So first things first, what is Metis? Metis is a layer 2 solution for Ethereum to basically make Ethereum scalable. So if you have been using Ethereum lately, it can cost you an exorbitant amount in gas fees to be able to put through a transaction, even if you're minting an NFT. Can cost you hundreds of dollars. So it has a very high barrier to entry. You need to have hundreds of dollars already in your Ethereum account to interact with the Ethereum blockchain, and it is just not right. You know, anybody wanting to get into cryptocurrency nowadays, you know, if you are transacting on Uniswap or trying to mint an NFT and you see the costs involved with it, you're instantly put off. So layer 2 solutions have absolutely soared. Layer 1 solutions that are Ethereum killers have absolutely soared, and Metis is one of these solutions. So like I said, it's a layer 2 solution. It's a fork of Optimism. So Optimism is a type of layer 2 solution. So there are Plasma sidechains, ZK rollups, and Optimism, and Arbitrum. These are all types of layer 2 solution. Now, Matic offer Plasma sidechains. Something like Loopring and ZK Swap offer ZK rollups. These are both good layer 2 solutions. However, Optimism is being considered the best scaling solution for Ethereum. Very recently, a cryptocurrency called TrueBit that was using Optimism recently absolutely spiked in value from nothing. And Metis is exactly the same but better in my personal opinion. Why? Because this is a fork of Optimism. So essentially they are going to be using the Optimism virtual machine, which is Ethereum virtual machine compatible, but with scaling compatibility. Now, the difference between Optimism virtual machine and what Metis have created, which is the Metis virtual machine, is that this comes with additional storage. So for instance, with Matic, using their sidechain solution, which is essentially running in parallel with Ethereum, they are not necessarily downloading all of the data required. And that software data may be required by miners to put through a transaction. So that is why Optimism is such a good solution, because it is much more appropriate for smart contracts, whereas sidechains and ZK rollups are not. This is why Optimism is used in this case, but Metis provide data storage for that additional information to allow for better and faster settlement of transactions. Their USPs are decentralized autonomous companies. So as an autonomous company, you can literally have a fully functioning business that is operating on smart contracts using Metis. So any business that uses Metis can essentially be completely autonomous, can be completely self-running via smart contracts. So for instance, payroll systems. If you just literally have a business operation of paying people, then you can run that directly through Metis, because not only have they got the transaction network, but they've got the data storage that keeps all the information that is required. Also access. So this is access for the normal user. Okay, so somebody that hasn't got piles and piles of cash to spend on gas, Metis gives a much lower cost and much quicker time frame. So it is good for developers, it's better access for developers, and it is better access for users for the Ethereum network. Also security. With Optimism, essentially it still utilizes Ethereum's proof of work security, but with the additional throughput scalability. Okay, so you've still got the excellent security of the proof of work mechanism of Ethereum. Now, as far as scalability is concerned, Metis does 2,000 transactions per second, which, as you can see, is pretty much on par with Solana. 1 second transactions and block finality. So if you are looking at Pulse Chain, this is faster than Pulse Chain. So Pulse Chain is looking to be around about 1,200 transactions per second. This is going to be nearly double that. And it is only 2 to 5 cents gas fees. How big is the project so far? So they have got 26 projects in their ecosystem. So this ranges from infrastructure, DeFi, DEXs, GameFi, NFTs, launchpads, and wallets. So some of their better known clients include Parsec, Casper, and Paid Network. So Paid Network's Ignition and Apollo X platforms are going to be run via Metis. So what are the milestones coming up that may be leading to an increase in value for Metis? They've got a hackathon that is going to be starting from tomorrow. Their testnet, their public testnet, is coming out in 2 weeks, and their mainnet is likely to come either at the end of this month or next month. And then there are listings to be announced. So they are really at this moment on a few exchanges. They're on Gate.io, they are on BKEX, or BKEX, and they are also on decentralized exchanges. But they are not currently on any of the decent centralized exchanges like Huobi, KuCoin, Binance. So therefore, this is something that they are moving towards come the end of the year. So there could be some really good gains coming towards the end of the year. So what is the size of the opportunity as it stands right now? A lot of the cryptocurrencies I bring you are worth hundreds of thousands. Rarely do I bring you something in the millions, but that is because I rarely bring you something that is already out. This cryptocurrency is actually still a micro-cap cryptocurrency, so it's under $50 million. So it is a $46 million market cap. That means $37 per token and 1.2 million tokens in supply. For it to even equal where Matic is right now, not Matic's all-time high. If it was the all-time high, it'd be more like 320x. But to where Matic is right now, 176x. So there's some really good multiplier potential. However, Matic really has ring-fenced the layer 2 playground. And it's going to be very, very difficult for any business, whether it's TrueBit or Metis, to actually infiltrate and penetrate that market. But what I can see Metis doing is them making, like Matic did over the course of time, steady and encouraging progress amongst partnerships and penetration of the market. It's taken nearly 3 years for Ethereum-based projects to port over to Matic. So, they have had time on their hands and they came out much earlier. Metis is much newer and still has the network effect to create. Something that has also allowed Metis to get a lot of PR is the fact that within their team is Natalia Ameline. Now, if you don't know who Natalia Ameline is, look at the eyes. Do they look familiar to you? She is the mother of Vitaliks Mother. Okay, now she works for them as a technological researcher and business development member of staff. So I think that what a lot of the rumors are is his mother may have a conversation with him over the dinner table and say, hey, have you heard of this company I'm working for, Metis? We are scaling up Ethereum, and then Ethereum may blog about it. So I think this is one of the kind of tenuous links people are making to Metis increasing in value. So I want to hear what you guys got to say. What do you think of Metis? Is it something you would invest in? So scaling solutions I really like. Matic are way ahead of the curve. Matic had very good VCs. I've got to say, Metis doesn't have anywhere near the kind of VCs. In fact, you don't really know of any of the VCs. None of the big top tier or even mid tier, other than maybe AU21, got behind Metis early on. But anyway, yes. So there we are, people. What is your opinion on Metis? Would you buy it? Are you interested in it? And if you're not interested in it, what are you interested in? And do you think this has a chance of catching up with Matic? And do you think that Vitaliks' mum is going to encourage her son to tweet about this and thus lead to maybe a multi-billion market cap for Metis? I want to hear from you guys. Anyway, people, that is it for another episode. I hope you enjoyed. If you haven't yet, make sure that you join the Telegram group. Also, you have to do that if you want to be part of the Three Kingdoms giveaway. And I will see you next time. It is lights out, all out.